Think you've seen a completely dominated game before? Get ready, because what went down in Baltimore was on a whole other level. The Ravens came out firing on all cylinders against the Browns, and it honestly looked like Cleveland barely even stepped on the field. Every play, every pass, every run showed who really runs this division. And the craziest part? In the first half, it still seemed like the Browns might have a chance. But as soon as the second half started, everything changed. One mistake here, a highlight play there, and the scoreboard blew open. You won't believe what happened when Joe Flacco returned to the M&T Bank Stadium, or how Lamar Jackson completely took over the game. Stick around till the end, because we're breaking down every detail of this crushing Ravens win. From the opening whistle, it was clear the Ravens were bringing a different energy. The defense hit the field with determination, and it didn't take long to show who was in charge. Every Browns pass and every run was challenged, and the defensive line looked like an impenetrable wall. It was a kind of performance that makes fans cheer and give the opponent that sinking feeling in their stomach. Even when the offense was still finding its rhythm, the defense held strong. They forced the Browns into small mistakes, gained crucial yards, and kept Cleveland pinned, unable to catch a break. That block punt was a rare exception, but even that just highlighted how present the defense was in every single moment. It was clear. As long as this unit was on the field, Baltimore was in control. What stood out most was the consistency. This wasn't a few standout plays. The defense kept the pressure up the entire game. They pressured the quarterback, closed down space, and even created opportunities for the offense when needed. It was a display that made it obvious. No matter who shows up, facing the Ravens at M&T Bank Stadium is a huge challenge. And the best part? Every defensive play seemed to set the stage for what was coming next. With the Browns being pushed back and struggling to move, the Ravens were building not just a scoreboard lead, but momentum and confidence for the offense. And that's when we start seeing the next chapter. Lamar Jackson stepping up to take control and do what only he can do. When the second half kicked off, you could feel a shift coming. The Browns' defense started to crack, and that's when Lamar Jackson reminded everyone why he's one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the league. He moved, improvised, found spaces no one else saw, and turned small plays into big gains. Every move of it seemed to rattle the Browns, who just couldn't adjust. The most impressive part was how he mixed quick passes with improvised runs, almost always escaping tough situations in style. He didn't just keep the offense moving. He punished every mistake the opponent made with surgical precision. It was a kind of performance that fired up Baltimore fans and left Cleveland completely lost. On top of that, Lamar was almost playing with the defense, drawing attention, opening lanes for teammates, and keeping everyone on the edge of their seats. Every play seemed to set up the next, creating a rhythm the Browns' offense simply couldn't keep up with. It was clear that the turning point had arrived, and it was going to be decisive. This wasn't just about points on the board. It was a demonstration of control, intelligence, and individual talent combined with team strength. The Ravens showed that even in a balanced start, the difference in quality can emerge at any moment. And Lamar's dominance created the perfect setup for the next chapter. Joe Flacco's nightmare return to Baltimore. Everyone knew Joe Flacco's return to M&T Bank Stadium would be symbolic, but nobody expected it to be this painful for him. Early in the second half, he threw that interception that paved the way for another Ravens touchdown. It was one of those moments that crush a team's morale while completely energizing the opponent. And it didn't stop there. Every decision Flacco made seemed to be instantly punished. The Ravens' defense was sharp, ready to capitalize on every mistake, and they didn't waste a single opportunity. When the strip sack return for a touchdown happened, the game was essentially sealed. It was a perfect combination of defensive pressure and flawless execution. Still, there were small flashes of hope, like Cedric Tillman's miraculous catch. But they were isolated moments that couldn't change the story. Every Flacco mistake just reinforced Baltimore's dominance, showing how a well-prepared team can take advantage of every opportunity. And most importantly, all of this fueled Lamar and the offense even more. Every turnover, every pressure up front, every detail became momentum for the next drive. Baltimore wasn't just playing. They were controlling the pace, and the gap in quality became more and more obvious. What comes next is a third quarter that completely crushes any optimism the Browns might have had. And that's when the turning point becomes an outright domination.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself.
The third quarter was where the balance completely disappeared. The Ravens sped up, and the defense kept the Browns pinned at every inch of the field. Cleveland couldn't breathe, couldn't sustain drives, and every play seemed to push them further back. Meanwhile, Baltimore's offense didn't let up. Lamar kept setting the pace, connecting passes, running when necessary, and keeping the Browns' defense constantly out of position. Every Browns attempt was quickly nullified, and the scoreboard finally started reflecting exactly what was happening on the field. But it wasn't just points. The Ravens were building a massive psychological advantage. Every sack, every accurate pass, every touchdown reinforced that Baltimore was playing at another level. It felt like a masterclass in controlling a game from start to finish. The third quarter also highlighted the team's collective effort. Defense, offense, even special teams were all in sync, making sure every detail was maximized. Nothing was out of place, and the result was a series of plays that left the Browns completely without answers. With the game practically decided by this point, we move to the final chapter, a victory that not only stretches a lead but sends a clear message to the entire AFC North. At the end of the day, 41-17 wasn't just a big win. It was a statement. The Ravens showed total control in every phase, dominant defense, dynamic offense, and flawless execution in key moments. It was impossible not to notice that Baltimore is on another level. This one goes beyond just a result. It's a message to the entire AFC North. Facing the Ravens at M&T Bank Stadium is nearly impossible. Every detail, from defensive pressure to Lamar Jackson's ability to change the game on his own, made it clear who's the team to beat. On top of that, the team's consistency and chemistry were on full display. Every unit worked in perfect sync, and the coordination between offense and defense ensured no mistake went unpunished. It was a demonstration of how a complete, well-prepared team can dominate from start to finish. And the most exciting part for fans? This one isn't just about this game. It's about what's ahead. With confidence high, the Ravens are showing they can set the pace of the season and put pressure on any opponent. Every detail from this game sets the stage for the next challenge, leaving everyone eager to see just how far this team can go. In the end, the Ravens left no doubt. This 41-17 win wasn't just a score. It was a full demonstration of strength across the board. Defense dominating, Lamar Jackson controlling the pace, and every detail of the team working perfectly. Baltimore showed they're in a league of their own, and facing this team at M&T Bank Stadium is always a massive challenge. And the most exciting part? This game isn't just about what's already happened. It's about what's coming next. Confidence is high. The rhythm is perfect, and every play shows the Ravens can set the tone for the season. The big question now is, who's going to stop this seemingly unstoppable machine?
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.